Hey, moral gamers! In the release of Prototype 2, we are taking a look back at Prototype, the original. This is for 360, PS3, and PC. So these screenshots are actually taken from the PS3 version of Prototype. And how does this measure up? Let's take a look. Nobody wants to wake up in a morgue. It's kind of creepy, the stiffs are there, you're expecting nothing. But Alex Mercer just happens to do so, and waking up in a morgue is the beginning of many of his problems. Before he knows it, he's got the government on his back, he's got creatures coming after him. Alex is not having a good month this time. But this is all the story to Prototype. Where Prototype, you actually are the infection. Unlike Resident Evil, where you go up against these monstrosities that all of a sudden, we've shot the living daylights out of him, and all of a sudden he grows a new arm. As Alex Mercer, you can control your mutations. You can actually choose which weapons you want to use, when and where, and that's all part of the mutation, all part of who you are. Just like Grand Theft Auto, Prototype gives you the freedom to roam the city, do whatever you want at your leisure. There'll be mission points here and there, but pretty much, you walk around, kill whatever you want. And that's one of the things about Prototype, is that because it's so free and open, you kind of have that freedom to be the super BA character you want, or you can be more strategic. Sadly, though, the game does encourage just collateral damage, and that's one of the things that gets bloody really quickly, especially as you use humanity as your mask. The consumption mechanic allows you to absorb other people within the realm of Prototype, and by doing so you assume their identities. Not necessarily it does anything major for you, but you can assume their identities and use that to evade the military. So, I could be this guy or that chick there, or whoever I really wanted to, and maybe I like a certain character better than another one. Still, the aim of the game is to consume military mostly, because with military, you can do what's called a patsy, and this is absolutely fun because you just point out to a random military guy, say, hey, he's the infected, and then watch his friends all gun him down. I know it sounds sadistic and wrong, but there's something kind of funny because these guys are quite frankly jerks. They kill innocents and don't care. Probably not the most moral thing to do, but sadly, it is kind of fun at times. The combat in this game ranges from fairly simple to fairly annoying. Very annoying. In the beginning of the game, you pretty much start out just fighting random little militias here and there. It's not that big of a deal. It's actually fairly small, fairly easy to deal with. It's like whatever. But near the end of the game, the combat takes a different life to it. All of a sudden you have helicopters calling in strikes on you, guys with rocket launchers, tanks. You'll get like 4 tanks on you, 6 helicopters, a whole mess of army guys, and the entire time you are the sole target. You're not even caring about the other enemies who are tearing them apart at that point. They draw all their aggro to you, and this makes endgame combat a pain in the butt. It makes it so frustrating. Even when I played this game on normal, it was just a major task to get through any combat once spotted. So the question for Prototype is this a great game for you? And from a gamer standpoint, it gets very frustrating at the end, okay? It is downright frustrating, aggravating, annoying. However, the powers make you feel like you're just this super creature, this super Darwinian evolution that can take on whatever comes at you. I mean, it's really fun. You feel like you're wielding genuine power, even in the early stages when the only power you have is your hand claws. You feel like you're just godlike, going through hordes of whoever comes at you, whether it be military or infected creatures. Nevertheless, this game is rated M for a reason, and as you see here, the game is very bloody, very violent, very gruesome. I mean, it's just plain old brutal, especially as you are grabbing and absorbing other humans and adding them to your life. I mean, the whole concept of Prototype is that you are a living virus, and so there comes a lot of carnage with it. So I do not recommend this one on a moral basis because it is exactly what it is. It is bloody, gory, and there are brief clips of sexuality that that you may not see through this review, but if you go through what's called the memory network, you'll actually see other people's memories, and there's one brief memory in there that just basically you see odd experiments that not going to go into detail. But playing through the game, though, like I said, it's definitely not for those who have issues with violence. Tons of profanity, and it's certainly not a game I could morally recommend to people. Definitely keep it away from your kids.
Any idea what this all means?
No, but I'm gonna find out. I mean, this is a story of the century.